Hey guys, Saiyan here, bringing another Dragon Ball Z Dokkan battle video, and so everyone is patiently, well, hopefully patiently, waiting for news of this year's Saiyan Day celebration. We were a little bit hopeful that earlier today we could have maybe seen the first news or teaser. I was skeptical because it was Sunday, but we were keeping an eye out during the early morning stream, and obviously there was nothing. So hopefully, at the earliest, we will see some news tomorrow morning. So basically, I know the clocks have changed in the US, but essentially 12 hours from now, when this video goes live, is when JP usually posts like news on the Twitter. Now sometimes teasers or Dokkan Now or producer letter things can come out earlier than that, so that is something we'll have to keep an eye on. It's always annoying for me in the UK because they sometimes drop those updates at like 3 AM and stuff like that, so there's the potential I'll wake up tomorrow morning and the first teaser will have already dropped a few hours beforehand. But once I've woken up, if there is any news, as soon as I see it, I of course will make a video and let you guys know what's going on and my thoughts on it. But for this video, I just wanted to take a quick look, kind of do a bit of a recap review on the 2023 Saiyan Day celebration so that we can see what kind of things we can expect to come from this Saiyan Day. Because Saiyan Day, whilst it is a good celebration, usually delivering a very interesting unit, a few EZAs and stuff like that, it's not a huge celebration. Bear in mind that for Global, we would be expecting the next big celebration, which should be the Dual Dokkan Fest Super Saiyan 3 Goku and Hirudegarn at the beginning of April, like literally within the first few days. So Saiyan Day is a celebration that pretty much lasts for about 2 weeks, and then that's it, it's all done. So there's no part 2 or anything like that. So we're going to take a look here at what we got last year, which will give us an idea of what to expect for this year. So 2023 Saiyan Day, obviously we get login bonus, daily missions, that sort of thing, always with every celebration, so nothing to be surprised about there. And then of course the big thing is the arrival of the new Dokkan Festival banner. So last year we got the release of God Goku. Now the Saiyan Day banner is always interesting because we get a new Dokkan Fest exclusive release, which is up until this point, it has always been a TUR. I imagine that to stay the same and it to not be an LR this year, but who knows? Could be the first time, you never know. But we get the new standard unit as well as a side banner unit, the sort of typical new Dokkan Fest exclusive format banner. So last year was of course Physical God Goku, who when he came out was the new best TUR in the game, and then this Tech Vegeta, who was actually very good, surprisingly had like a really cool transformation animation. It was a pretty decent unit. I feel like he's kind of already aged a bit in the when you look at like the anniversary content and stuff like that, but he was a cool side banner unit. I do love that moment from Battle of Gods, so I was pretty happy with this unit overall when he came out last year. But the big thing about the Saiyan Day banner as well is that it's always the first return of the Tanabata LR character. So on this banner this year, regardless of who the new unit and the side banner unit are, this first next featured slot on the banner will be taken up by Int LR Full Power Super Saiyan 4 Goku. So I know a lot of people are excited for his return, people that did not get him or maybe only got the one copy when he first came out. I have one dupe in mind, so definitely looking forward to getting some extra copies. And then the rest of the featured units are very often just the older Saiyan Day units, right? So God Goku should be on here, Majin Vegeta, Broly will probably still be on here, Bardock could even still be on here, and bearing in mind he just got an EZA on JP, whilst, you know, thoughts on his EZA are mixed to say the least. Him being featured on another banner is pretty cool. Raditz, I think, just snuck his way in here maybe because of the time of his release. So we could see, like, I think Kale released in the same slot for JP the year after, so Kale could be on here. I know she recently returned on a banner, so this slot could be taken up by anyone. The other featured SSR slots, realistically, could be taken up by any other Saiyan characters that fit the format of whoever the actual main unit is, right? Because we still don't actually know at the time this video goes up. We have no idea who the new unit is going to be, but we'll see Super Saiyan 4 Goku, we'll see God Goku, Majin Vegeta, probably still Broly because they go back a few years, and then potentially Bardock as well. So yeah, the banner will be certainly interesting to see how that goes. Now we're looking at the global version of the celebration, so of course there were ticket packs as well that you could buy from the shop in order to get some extra summons. Global will, I assume, still get those this year. We've basically been getting those for every major banner that's been coming out for a while now on Global, so I would expect these. So if you are someone who spends on the game, then obviously these can be good value for getting some extra summons done if you want to drop a little bit of money on the game and keep the stones you do have currently saved for the anniversary, which I know is a lot of people's strategy. Because the sales for Saiyan Day are not that crazy. They're like a normal Dokkan Fest celebration sales, really. Just the 2 32 packs and then the 4 91 packs. So you're really only getting about 400 stones total if you pick them all up, or just over. So not bad, of course, if you are someone who spends, like a lot of people, you know, I guess people that consider themselves like the quote-unquote dolphins are people who probably just pick up some or all of the ticket packs, but never go to full price stones. So there's a few there that you can get. And of course, we saw this announced in the news a little bit earlier already, that if your capsule 30-day thing, if you're someone who gets that, which I do think is probably, out of all the things, if you were ever going to spend money on one thing in the game, the daily capsule is the thing that's got the best value. There's going to be a special offer for it where it's like, I think it's like half the price. So for the amount of stones you get, I think it's like 95 total or something like that. It's very, very good value. So, I think I refreshed mine not long before we got that announcement. So, I've just got to wait for mine to run out. But then this is always good value to pick up to get some extra stones. So then we have the Dokkan Fest. Obviously, the new unit will get a new Dokkan event or a new stage, depending on if it's a character that already has a Dokkan Fest exclusive for that particular named character. So no surprise there. Then we got the renewal of this limited attempts event. So the Whis event, I know on JP there's been a kind of update because of the whole trying to replace chain battle kind of thing. So it'll be interesting to see what happens with this. Being a same time celebration, obviously there won't be a chain battle because JP, they're not doing new chain battles anymore. So we could even see, potentially, this be Global's time to actually get the updated version of the Whis event, which will be kind of interesting considering Global still actually has a chain battle still to come with the Goku and Hirudegarn celebration. So that's kind of interesting. New Extreme Super Battle Road. I know Global is waiting on stage 50 for Extreme Super Battle Road, the Saviors one, or it could be a normal Super Battle Road stage. They often use these celebrations to get whichever is next one in the list added into the event. Then we get a Kai banner. Then, of course, last time we got a whole bunch of EZAs as well. So we got the Beerus EZA for the LR Beerus and Whis. And then we got this Extreme Z battle drop that was the EZA for the STR Vegeta and Bulma, the Int Whis, Tech Whis, Int God Goku. I think it was and then it was the Int Beerus. And then, of course, this one also had the sub EZAs for the AGL and STR God Goku. So in total, there was like 8 characters got EZAs during Saiyan Day. Now, of course, for this year's Saiyan Day, very difficult to predict what these will be without knowing the overall theme. But I really liked that they did this, where they did an Extreme Z battle where they just kind of collected all the relevant characters that were tied to the theme of that celebration and then gave them an EZA. So that is something that we could see here. And like, you know, not all of these characters were Saiyans, right? Like the Beerus and Whis were in here. Vegeta is the Vegeta and Bulma card. So of course they're not on like pure Saiyans. So there's a whole bunch of different units that this could be when we think about the various different options available for the main theme for Saiyan Day. So it would be cool to see another Yellow Coin LR EZA. Again, depending on the theme will depend on who it is, but I'm definitely looking forward to seeing what kind of EZAs they drop. The EZAs from the anniversary were absolute bangers, and then of course the first ones we've seen since the anniversary. JP got Bardock, but Global got all the Universe 6 EZAs, which are pretty good. So hopefully we get some sort of middle ground where we do get some EZAs from Saiyan Day that are actually very good and very usable. I'm not expecting any that are sort of on Kefla's level because she's absolutely cracked, but ideally they'll be better than AGL Bardock, but I guess we will have to wait and see. Then we got a Dokkan event available daily. Oh, that was because you needed the medals to awaken. The first stage was to awaken the various units that were getting EZAs. The other thing was the burst mode. So burst mode for the Beerus event. I think it's under, yeah, you can see here the date of the different releases. List of bosses I thought was one of the tabs on here, but I guess you go to the actual like Beerus event and then there's the burst mode like stuff down here. There we go. So burst mode, I actually think burst mode is quite a cool like game mode. I'll be very interested to see if they do drop one, because now that we're not getting things like chain battles, then a burst mode would be very interesting. And of course it's very easy to do something like this for any of the characters related to the Saiyan Day like main theme, right? Like if we get a Broly, then they can easily do the Int Broly or Tech Super Saiyan 3 Broly or something like that for the burst mode. If we get a Vegeta, right, we've got any Vegeta event. If it's a Turles, if it's a Goku, if it's a Bardock, right? There's a bunch of different events they could do. You know, a new Bardock and then a burst mode for Super Saiyan 3 Bardock's celebration, I think would actually be really cool. But yeah, burst mode is definitely something I would expect. Then story events, I mean, yeah, any story event related to the theme of the celebration, because of course this one was Battle of Gods related. So any story event related to the theme of the celebration, I would expect to come back as well. Then a Petan battle. I mean, I know some people don't like the mode, but at the end of the day, good way to get a couple of extra free stones and some free orbs, even if you don't complete the selection. Dragon Ball History. Dragon Ball History stages are fun. They're just nice and easy, not particularly difficult content. Usually come with some missions, just essentially a good way to get a few extra free stones. So, you know, I take them. I think they're fun. Get to use some units you don't use too often because they're not, you know, end game meta level crazy difficulty. And then of course RIP, we did get a chain battle last time, but we probably will not be getting one this time. So overall, you can see for a smaller celebration, like it's pretty packed full of content. The chain battle was the last thing that came out, and that was on the 27th. So you can see the celebration basically lasts throughout March. The Dragon Ball History dropped on the 24th. Petan was on the 24th. Bunch of story events. The EZAs were on the 23rd. So we basically get the main banner come out on the 18th, and then within a week or so, a bunch of other awakenings and EZAs and stuff like that. So it's not a crazy jam-packed celebration, but there's usually quite a few things available. Of course, a lot of people will judge the overall celebration based on the strength of the new units and the EZAs. Like if the new unit comes out and is not even in contention for like top 10 TUR, the banner unit's not super great. Kind of like, you know, when Majin Vegeta dropped, a lot of people underrated Majin Vegeta. His banner unit, the Goten and Trunks, was not particularly great. And then, you know, if the EZAs are underwhelming as well, I think that kind of taints people's overall view of the celebration. But last year, I would say Saiyan Day was a pretty successful, pretty good celebration. I got very lucky with my summons, so hopefully I can repeat that again. I got absolutely shafted on the Gohan and Piccolo banner, so hopefully that's the brief dip in the luck, and we can get some good pulls on Saiyan Day. Of course, every new bit of information we find out, I will try and let you guys know as soon as I see it myself. And of course, you know, when that day finally comes on the 18th, which will be a Monday morning for me in the UK, I will be live to summon on the banner. So hopefully I will see you guys there. So let me know your thoughts on last year's Saiyan Day. What did you think of the celebration overall? If you had to say rate it out of 10, did you get lucky with the summons for God Goku? Are you going to be summoning because you want to get the LR Full Power Super Saiyan 4 Goku in the slot on the banner? Let me know all your thoughts about Saiyan Day last year and the upcoming Saiyan Day down below in the comment section. So that is going to be it for the video, guys. This has been the Masked Ningen. Smash that like button, subscribe to the channel if you are new. Check out the links down below for the Discord and the merch store, and I will see you all again soon. Have a good one.